everyone. I'm here. I don't know if this is working or not, but I brought the laptop out on my beloved screen deck there, and I know it's early. 11 o'clock is when I'm supposed to go, but I want to see if this works. If this doesn't work, I'm gonna go into the mainframe computer there. All right, there's two people here, so obviously it's working there. I see that. So give a shout out, say hi to the right there, and in the chat. Um, I've got let's see. I got two big things to tell you. Actually, one big thing. I'm going to say it a couple times there. While I was doing my research and reading breaking news with MS today, uh, it has come out that Ocrevus, uh, people on Ocrevus and Rituximab, that anti-inflammatory medication, that they you guys, we guys, everybody with MS, we are at decreased levels of having complications with coronavirus. So if we catch it there, it creates some sort of an anti-inflammatory effect in our bodies that we don't get complications. That they've looked at people who are on Ocrevus and have MS, and one of the things with the COVID-19 is that it causes severe inflammation, pulmonary inflammation in your lungs. So you're not able to breathe. Well, the rituximab and the Ocrevus reduces that immune response, and so we don't have that the inflammation that is seen to cause the complications in this COVID-19. So they've discovered, but just recent studies, they discovered that. Juxtaposed to the second article, I'm going to redo this when more people get here. The second article is that people who are on immunosuppressants or including any disease modifying medication when you have MS there, any of them, we are at increased risk of infection. What does that mean? I had to look it up. I had to discover what is infection. How is it defined there? So I looked it up, and infection is any microbe, any anything, any bacteria, virus, anything. We are more susceptible. What does that mean? The average person, they say that over a course of a finite amount of time is 2.5% susceptible to getting an infection. If you have MS and you're on any of these disease modifying medications there, you're 4% more likely to get this get an infection. What does that mean? Say you cut yourself, it might not heal well as quickly because you need antibiotic on that cut there. You've got more microbes. You're more at risk of getting that flesh-eating disease, or you're more at risk of picking up a cold. It may not be as severe, but I've discovered people with MS, we don't get as sick as people, healthy people, even if we're more susceptible to these medication or to these infections, viruses. We may catch the COVID, and I'm going to tell you because now I start seeing people picking up there, and there's no way. Let me see. It's 10:58. Okay, it's 10:58. So I started a little early there. Uh, you have, let's see, CIDP. What is, hi, again, news break. If with this COVID 19, if you're on a Ocrevus or Rituximab, they are seeing that people who end up in the hospital or don't anybody with on these two medications, if you catch this COVID 19, uh, you don't have they're showing a extreme decreased rate of complications. It's a mild effect. So if you're on Ocrevus or Rituximab and you get COVID-19, extreme new you recover better there. Nerve damage, okay. Hi, ADT. You, what is your name, Mr. Ad Data? What is your name? Because I know you must be a new subscriber because I don't recognize you there. Tim is an old buddy there with MS. Then we're going to have Jane will join us, a lot of support there. Hey, how about this lighting? You guys are used to dealing with the office and in the winter. Yuck there, but this lighting really makes me look a lot better than I promise you I look in person there. But I wanted just let you know there that this may work. Now, Mr. Oh, Calvin! Hi, Calvin! Oh, I love knowing your name because all of you who subscribe to this channel and chat there, when you have a name at the end, I put down all your names. I pray for you. I pray that God gives me the words that you need to hear that are going to comfort you. The main thing that today is I want to deal with fear. What is causing fear? And this COVID 19 is causing a lot of us with MS not to go out, not to do anything because we've been told to stay home. We're at high risk. But if you're on Ocrevus or Rituximab, the great thing is that they're seeing that we don't get it as bad. It reduces the inflammation in our system that the that causes the complication with that pneumonia you get or thing or the complication pneumonia you get. The pneumonia, the COVID-19 causes inflammation. The inflammation leads to complications there. Ocrevus and rituximab reduces the inflammation. They're saying that it's not causing great problems there. Let me see if I can enlarge this. All right, let's see. Oh, I can see. All right, it's like MS. See, all right. Well, you know what? Nerve pain. I would talk about peripheral neuropathy. Nerve pain is I know with MS, I've had it for 34 years there, and I have chronic bone crushing, flu-like bone pain caused by severe demyelination in my brain there. So it can really cause aches and pains and stuff. Nerve damage, also peripheral neuropathy. I wanted to tell you guys, my left leg has circulation problems there. Um, so if I get cut, it heals slower. I broke my leg last year, and it took almost a year to heal. There, that left leg there. But here's something else that's really interesting. Uh, I when I shave, my right leg, which has normal sensation there, the hair on my legs there. Uh, Oh, Craig, Captain Fantastic. Oh, Craig. You know what's awesome is Craig is here. Craig and his wife Christy there. My husband Brian and I actually they flew into Baltimore and we met them for lunch and it just was awesome. It was just so. I've got a picture in my Facebook group of the let's see of those two enjoying lunch with us, and it was so wonderful. You just tell Christy I love her, and But all right, now I'm going to go back over what the breaking news is because you're going to want to hear this, Craig. Um, Ocrevus and rituximab. Uh, Catching COVID-19. People who are on Ocrevus and rituximab, it reduces the inflation, and there's a study that says that people recovering better, faster. They're getting it less intense. There's less hospitalization. So that COVID-19, the complications they say are caused by the disease or the virus creates an inflammation in the lungs. It's a pulmonary infection that really hurts you there. So what they're seeing is that people on Ocrevus and people on rituximab, we have this. It causes anti-inflammatories. It shuts things down there, and they're recovering. We are recovering. So, and I'm on rituximab. I know some of you guys asked that, but this is great news if you're on those two things there. Calvin, I'm going back to your nerve pain there. How are you treated? I know I go to a pain specialist, pain clinic, which is an anesthesiologist clinic, and they give me medications, painkillers, narcotics, different degrees, Nucynta, oxymorphone, and oxycontin there, and I take it every third day there. It's very low dose there, and I try to skip days if I can just get through the day. Therefore, the slow dose will always be effective for me there. So I find that I need to do that. And the way I describe IVIG, the way I describe for those of you who have MS and have been on interferons, if you remember the side effects, that bone aching, flu-like pain, there a lot of that is what it never went away when I stopped taking the interferon, and Tylenol didn't work for that flu-like pain there. IVIG is a wonderful thing. They use IVIG. They used to treat MS there. I know my mom's got chronic leukemia and she has to take that because she has no immune system. They typically give people with MS IVIG if their immune system is so low. IVIG is what we have. They're antibodies we have to fight infections. You have to have these chemicals in your body in order to be good. IVIG. It's interesting. I'm gonna have to look at your Calvin, your illness there, the CID. I got to research that because I haven't heard that. Let's see. Oh, hi, Daniel. Daniel's another old friend there. Medical marijuana, MMJ there. Really helps you. I'd say that there, if you haven't tried it, it's worth a try. But it doesn't. I don't like. I have it. I can let anybody try it. So if you live in near Maryland or you fly into Baltimore or anything, email me and I'd be happy to bring it down to you and try so you can try. But I'll tell you what, it makes me persevere. All I think about is pain. Before I had achy, when I smoke it or eat it there, I have achy joints. But then I will. Calvin, I promise you, I'm going to research this, and I'll talk to you a little bit next Tuesday about that. How a lot of MS drugs or a lot of symptoms are interrelated there. Um, okay, now back to medical marijuana. It all of a sudden I have a flu-like pain. I take medical marijuana and my eyelashes hurt. I have new pains. I start thinking about the pains that I'm not used to feeling. So I can't do it. Plus, I get dopey, I get sleepy. I don't communicate as well. I'm not focused. I know there's Satvia, and then there's Inca. There's different strains that if you go to a medical marijuana clinic in Maryland, they have them. They'll like a mad scientist or like me in the kitchen. They'll cook. They'll cook or they'll I cook. They will come up with a formula that is specific to your complaints. Um, a lot of us with MS, and I'm sure Calvin, you're somebody, and Daniel. Well, Daniel, you have the medical marijuana, but Tim, a lot of us have problems sleeping at night because we're in pain. I've discovered. I wanted to tell you that spray magnesium. It's magnesium salts. You can get that on Amazon. Um, I have to spray my legs. I take the ropinirole for the restless leg syndrome, but I have to spray the magnesium on my legs. Orally taking magnesium doesn't work as well for me as spraying it on the skin and massaging the muscles there. That that really helps at night. I've got to do that there. All right, who else joined us? The ticking. It tells me how many people are watching there. So I know there's people who are watching who haven't participated in the chat. So I want you to know that I know you're watching there. Gina, there you go. Let's see, Gina. She is. Hi, Gina. Um, Welcome back. Let's see. You know what? CBD oil, we had an experiment probably about 8 years ago on MS Frontiers on uh, uh, the medical share group there, and there was a number of us. Let me see. I think there was five of us. CBD oil was so expensive, but we all got it. We tried the topical. We tried rubbing it into our skin. We tried taking it. Uh, um, we tried just increasing the amounts there, and we did. It was non-scientific, so we didn't have a placebo group, but we all reported to each other. And I got to tell you, nobody seemed to get relief from taking it. We all got various forms of relief from rubbing it on topically there. Same thing with rubs with THC in it, marijuana based rubs there. Topically, it helps me. The CBD oil topically, it relaxes a little bit of the nerves there. You might, Calvin, you might want to try that. Try getting CBD oil and the topical and rub that in. Try again the it's let's see, magnesium salt spray on Amazon. If you get that, spray that on your legs there, and or on your arms or your hands or wherever you have pain there, muscle pain. Let me see. I take an 8 hour Tylenol when I go to bed, two of them when I go to bed at night, because the arthritis pain. I'm getting to be older there, an old lady there. Back when my grandmother was my age there, what you get your teeth ripped out, you get dentures, and you have a poodle perm there. But this here is the new 51 going on 52. Yes, I'm that old. Uh, Bet you didn't know. There. Let's see. You know what? Yeah, just get a small Calvin, just get a small little vial, or I know my post office of the CBD Bluebird Botanicals. You can Google that. They sell CBD oil. That's where I got my other stuff. They have topicals that uh, and I that you can try. Um, I I'm starting to think because I'm savvy. I'm savvy. I prefer hunting to save the most amount of money than spending the money. So I am thinking. I'm wondering if anybody guarantees their CBD oil rubs. If I guarantee that it'll work or your money back. That's what I would Google. I would research there. Guarantee it. Hi, Richard. That's my buddy there, Richard. Craig, I went down. I met Richard too. He gave me my walker, and it's sunny today. It's supposed to be sunny and 60, like 64. So I'm wearing my pea coat there. I'm going to go for a walk there. Also, we wanted to let you know, Craig, also tell Christy on the YouTube channel under exercise. I just published, I did a wonderful upper body exercise video. It's 30 minutes there, and you can do it sitting down or and modify it there. Gosh, if there's any way that all of you, any of you, can go to that exercise video. Not of me. It's this other gal. Sydney is her name. It was wonderful. I did it yesterday, and a half an hour, and it's great. You use light weights. I use 5 pound weights, and it just about killed me there. So don't use any weights. Just go through the motions, and then slowly, when you get a little stronger, pick up a can of beans in each hand, or a can there, and then you do do the weight bearing exercises, and then finally get yourself a pair of 3 pound weights, and gradually you'll get stronger there. And it's only 30 minutes there, and do it every other day. I'm doing that for upper body, and every other day or every day I'm trying to go for a walk. But um, Deb, you've got. How old are you, Tim? A few years there. We were all talking. Yes, yeah, Captain Fantastic. That's a funny name, Craig. Yes. So go on and see that. In fact, Craig, you could do it right with Christy, right next to her there, and motivate each other. But remember, when you have MS, we use it or we lose it. I wanted to let you know before 55. See, you're still younger than Tim. You're still younger than my husband, who's 59. He's turning 60 this year. There, so I love to tell him he robbed the cradle, but actually no. I always liked older men, so I don't know. I don't know. I could never be a cougar. But what was I going to say? There before Calvin, you're 36. You're just getting. You know what? 36 is a good age there. In your 20s, you're out of. You're trying to figure out who you are. In 30s, you start to get comfortable in your own skin. 40s, you're an adult. I don't think anybody should get married until they're 40 there. And then 50s, you just you know what? I think if you have MS and yes, 50s, you are you just don't care. You know what? You know what's important. You come in, you don't take yourself as seriously. I don't know. That's my opinion there. Uh 50s, you learn how to laugh at yourself. It's maybe I'm wrong, but gosh, I wish all of you. Yeah, I just you know what, Calvin, I seem to think that I've got a very good friend who's got the same disease you do there. And it is now, he's in his 70s there, but I'm going to look into that there. So, Calvin, if you can get your 3 pound weights, or if you can use it or lose it, that would be great. Um, Gina, 50s is great. It's great. Okay, I wanted to tell you, before this COVID, before we were living in isolation, I took the walker that my beloved Richard gave me. And it's really wide, and I couldn't. I would walk maybe I'd say 1,000 yards. Is it 1,000? Like a football field. I'd get there and I'd have to rest, and then I'd come back there, uh, and I couldn't go any further, and I could barely go that far there. I want to tell you that since this COVID, I took the walker. I hung water on that. I had a little snack in the front. I put on a book on tape there. I'm going through the Revolution, George Washington. I love the history of America. It's a great nation, and I'm a patriot. So I was listening to our founding fathers, what was going on there, and I think the distraction allowed me to go further. Uh, Plus, I set out to go all the way around the block, which is a mile there. And I'll tell you what, it's that I you make up your mind to do something. I brought my cell phone in case I got stuck a half a mile, and I said, yeah, I could always call to get rescued from somebody, anybody. And plus, neighbors will stop and say, "Can you want me to drive you home or whatever?" But I've got nothing but time. We're in isolation, so if I go for a walk there, it can take me. I figure it could take me 6 hours to get do the mile there, but I've got it down to a mile in 40 minutes there, about that. So, and I'm doing it every day. Now, of course, the way I walk, I don't walk balanced, so I try to do lunges. I need the hip flexor assisted device to pull up my leg there, and it's very hilly. I have to walk up a hill there, and that's challenging there. Sometimes I need like 5 breaks. Other times I've done it twice with no breaks there. Of course, I need a nap after that there. So, but that's lower body. Doing lunges there, up, up. Yeah. Thank you, Tam. Again, I wanted to talk about Cheryl again. She's got primary progressive MS there, and she's my hero, one of my heroes there. She's in her 70s. No, I think she just turned 70, and she was confined to almost like a paraplegic, almost right, and she grabbed her walker based on, I don't know, I said something and I inspired her there, and I said, just if there's any way, she didn't have a walker, is there any way you can stand up on your total motorized wheelchair? Hi, Jennifer. Just stand up, right, and hold on to it, and just for a second, just transfer your weight to your legs and then sit down and try to, that is her set, that is her workout there. If you can do that over and over and over again, well, she did it so many times that she could transfer to the bathroom on her own, to the toilet. She could get into bed on her own. So just because you have uh, you've been debilitated, you are in a wheelchair and all, doesn't doesn't mean you can't grow these pathways. Just use other nerves to stand up there. Um, Calvin, let's see, I want to let you know I walk with a walker, and it's because I had lesions in the pons area of my brain. I had an attack there, and I'm constantly dizzy, and but just because you're dizzy. I don't know, Calvin, if you have tried a walker there, but the whole world could be spinning as long as you're holding on, as long as I'm holding on to the walker. There, it doesn't matter if it's spinning or not. You know, I mean, supposedly, if you close your eyes there and that's an exercise. Close your eyes there, and you see how this is ataxia there. If you close your eyes and just try to sit, right, and they'll say people with MS, we close our eyes and we'll sway. But if you can close your eyes and try to sit and try to increase your balance that way there, if you can do that, that'll help. Let me see, that'll help work on your balance. And then slowly, when you stand up, hold on to your walker, and with one hand, right? You do that. And some of you may know, I did a video where you go to the left, go to the right, center while you're standing up, center. And that's a balance exercise too. Once you get really good at that, close your eyes. And with one hand on the walker, close your eyes. So that's another exercise. All right, I'm going to give you the news flash again. This COVID-19 news article this morning, that COVID-19, the complications are caused by inflammation. It's a pulmonary disease, illness there. So it's causing pneumonia and it's affecting everyone in that way. If you are on Ocrevus or Rituximab, they've analyzed people who on those two medications who have gotten COVID-19, and they discovered that they're not having problems. We're not having problems. We get it much milder than people who aren't on it. So I definitely want to tell you that is the breaking news today. It'll probably be all over the place on all the MS news sites tomorrow there, because I tend to get things a day early. There, these news, but that's what I do on msfrontiers dot not dot org. That's where I want you to go. But on MS Frontiers Medical Support, I tend to what is it? Jennifer, what? No. Oh, you had a stroke. Is that what? You had a stroke. You know what? Uh, so you just have to come back from a stroke there. Um, that is, I'm sorry, I'm reading the live chat there. So I completely lost my train of thought. But if you have MS, you'll forgive me there. Um, I know I told you a while ago that I was going to get the get the gentleman from California on. I was going to do a question answer thing, but he is so polished, and I'm not there. So if you want polished, you want somebody who hasn't had it very well long, and is like cinema is like going to the movies. It's perfect there, and his interactions are perfect. He interviews people about new medications and stuff. Go there. But if you want a red hot mess and you just want to know how we can struggle having it, how we can endure, how we can thrive. You know, I loved how you guys said last week that not last week, how you said on Tuesday you guys felt blessed, blessed because of having MS, and what an amazing way to be. All right, I don't know what that is. Oh, oh my goodness, Calvin, where do you live, Calvin? Um, uh, CIDP, and you had a stroke in 2014. That you were young to have a stroke, really young. There, you live in Nebraska. Okay, Nebraska. That is young, Calvin. That is young to have a stroke. There. In 2014, that's 6 years ago. So you were 29. Is that right? Um, Anyway, are there any questions? You guys have any questions? Again, I don't know. You know, this here. I know we all support each other, and I promised that I'd have this forum on, and I'd be the face, but I'm only the face for the chat right there, because you guys matter. What you guys are saying. You know, it's I personally hate it when people come to me and they say, "Well, God doesn't give you more than you can handle." In my opinion, God gives you a lot more you can handle, so you rely on Him. There, you know, I just, occasionally I'll put coconut oil on my toast, right? Because coconut oil is an antiviral, and I don't have much circulation in that left leg there, so that will help with prevent or cure toenail fungus. So if you, I had that years and years and years ago, toenail fungus on my left big toe there, and I tried everything, but I use the coconut oil every time I get out of the shower. Every day I just massage the coconut oil into my toes, and I put that on there. It can it's like, you know what, you can't, you know what, you can't say you I caution you to say that your body is bad. Hi, Lisa. and the reason why I'm saying that is that what has happened to you, the strokes, the MS, the difficulties, it we have to separate our minds and our souls from our body. Our body is like our pet dog, our pet, our babies. If we look at it as a separate entity, we can, oh gosh, it's not our body's fault that we have we've been afflicted. Oh my goodness. And I know when I rub that coconut oil on my toes and my left leg, and I massage the magnesium spray on my right leg or my left leg, my muscles, and I pray, and I feel so badly for this body that didn't ask for this. Big thing is that we have to be kind to ourselves. Um, it's not your fault. In fact, I've discovered that when I started forgiving myself instead of loathing myself for, say, having a bladder accident, when I started feeling bad and about that, that poor body didn't mean to soil its clothes, right? When I started doing that, then I could put, I'm gonna equip this body with everything it needs to succeed. I'm gonna wear a diaper so that or I'm gonna put a diaper on the body so when the body goes for a walk, which it's that third boundary is telling I've got to make rules for the body, because if I let the body dictate what it wants to do, it's like a child. It's not. It's just gonna sit and eat chocolate, and not move. Right. So all right. I'm gonna equip the body with a diaper, with a wider walker, with this video, fitness video that I want y'all to look at. It's under MS exercise videos, and look for Sydney. I think it's the latest video that will be there. And try to do that. Try to do the, yeah, shame and guilt. You know what, Gina? It's a. I have to laugh. I can so relate to what you just said there. I filmed pictures of my husband and I used to go for walks. I actually was kneeling in the grass, kneeling, kneeling down there, and I looked at that, and I looked at my husband. I said, "Look at this picture." I found some old modeling pictures, promotion modeling. I was not a runway model. I was a small potatoes type of promotion. Is when a company hires you because you're animated, you're excited. So I said this to my husband. I said, "Yeah, all right. I'm sorry that you you married somebody who would break down, right? Because he married me, knew I had MS." I said, on the second part of that is that I'm glad I married you before you knew I was going to get bad. What I mean by bad is that somebody asked me, I was Barbie for Mattel for an event there, and I signed pictures of this doll there, and to little girls who were lined up. So if you want to see that picture, get on my friend me, and then you'll see it on my page, my Facebook page. And I have to laugh at that because somebody asked me, Gwen asked me, uh, do you miss it? Did you have MS then? Yeah, I had MS for 10 years, but I was an invisible. Um, and Steve had brought that up. Steve, some of you know Steve, there just because we're kind of a close community, those people with MS, and the more we all get together and on the right there and we chat, the more we get to know each other there. Uh, One of the things that I wanted to say is that Steve said there's a designation I never knew. Are you a visible or an invisible? Um, Probably about 8 years ago, it was 98 degrees, and I had gone down to the Walmart, and it was completely packed, and I needed a spot that had those lines on the left so I could throw my door out, not ding another car. All the handicaps places were taken. So I parked all the way in the back. I had cool water, and I thought, well, maybe I can make it to the front door. So I'm walking, and I thought I was gonna die. It was so hot, and I couldn't walk. And there in the I had my walker there in the two handicap spots in the sun. They were talking. Two women were talking to each other, and I had to say something. I said, if you guys are going to talk, can you talk in the back in the shade so that some of us who are handicapped we can park there? Um, and they said, one girl says, "Oh, no, 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 it's okay. We are allowed to be here because we have MS." And but they were invisible. You would never know they had MS if you walked by and you looked at them, or if you saw them at a party. I was trying to walk. I'm thinking, you know what? You try being having all the symptoms, being invisible, and combine that with the difficulties of being visible, and all of a sudden you realize uh, uh, how difficult, how wrong I was when I was invisible, thinking that I should uh, uh, get the same treatment as people who are visible. It just, and then I'll say on the second note, I went over to the library, and there was only one handicapped spot left. And instead of parking there, I pulled back just to see, and it was a van that pulled in. Because he pulled in behind me, pulled in, and he ended up after about 5 minutes. He got his wheelchair out. The guy didn't have legs. And I was so grateful. Me and my walker didn't take the last spot. Um, it was a cool day there. So it's there's always going to be somebody better and worse than you, and so much of that is just being understanding, forgiving the invisibles for being self-righteous, because we all go through that there. Also, it's comparison. My husband likes to say, yeah, we got to compare. It's all in perspective. No, I've come to realize that nothing is perspective. You don't need somebody who's worse than you to make you feel better about yourself. um, you can't be like that because your pain is very real. I look at my father, who has difficulties. He has, say he breaks his toe. Well, actually, he's older. He's heavy. So he fell. He fell. Got up, and then he called me and he said, "I fell." Um, I just can't stand being dizzy or having my blood pressure uh, being off, and then I get dizzy and I fall. He says I can't stand that, and I listen to that, and he doesn't think he can live like that. Meanwhile, I had a broken rib from losing my balance and falling up against the toilet paper roll there. And by the way, it is still hurt there, and many of you know when I had it there. Uh, it just it's perspective. All right, so to my father's perspective, uh, his falling down was so much worse. Oh my gosh, it was so much worse than me falling and breaking my rib. It was just another day on this God's earth there. And Gina, like you said, you know, when we all get our perfect bodies there, it'll be great. But let me just tell you something. Your body's perfect now. God made you perfect. God made me perfect. And being an invisible, there are a lot of times when we're making things happen for ourselves. Don't don't discount the fact that people watch us there, and if we smile at them and forget about perspective, we teach them, you know, this is nothing. This is cakewalk. You know what's hard? What's hard for me is the older you get, some people lose their reading, their ability to read. My eyes got old. I'll tell you what, crippled to me is sitting on the couch in one room and having these in another room. Oh my gosh, I have never felt more crippled because, oh my gosh, I got to get up, get the walker, I got to slowly creep into the other room, uh, get my reading glasses. So I managed to get lots and lots and lots of reading glasses, and I try to put them all through the house there because nothing will make me feel more disabled than not having my eyes. So, uh, anyway, let me read some of this. Let's see. Yeah, all right, very true. I guess it would be this. All right. Let's see. Jennifer, just you know what, and that's another thing that I want to talk about, the invisible. Just because you're invisible doesn't mean you're not suffering, you know, or people who are visible can't assume people with that you can't see don't have bladder issues. I remember when I was an invisible, I would go to the bathroom in my pants. I'd just pee, and then the other thing is that let's see, I still had the pain, the fatigue. I remember when I was an invisible, my fatigue was much worse in those years. Maybe it's because I hadn't had MS long enough and I had gotten used to fatigue. But honestly, my fatigue, for I'd say for the first 10, 15 years, it was debilitating. It was so debilitating that when I worked. I used to have to go out to my car during work times and just lay down, just lay. I needed to just detach from work and lay down. I taught, and as a teacher, I would take a break. I wait for my one period where it was like a break, and my lunch I would go into the nurse's office and they had cots with screens, and I'd lay down, and I'm telling you, that was before I was diagnosed. I kept thinking, I don't know what's wrong with me, but I couldn't stay awake there. I couldn't fall asleep but I couldn't. You understand when you're so tired you can't sleep. That was how I was being an invisible. So just because we're visibly with those difficulties doesn't mean that invisibles have it easy. So Lisa, no, Jennifer, there. Just want you to know that I pray that you have the comfort and energy to get through it. So if you ever get to the point where you're visible, that the invisible signs will be managed well. Let's see, Tim. Richard, you said it there. God made us perfect but incurable. Um, That's funny. Yeah, Lisa, the more glasses in your house, the harder to find them. It's bad if you need glasses to find your glasses, right? Um, that is, it is true. Let's see, it'll read the comments on the right there. Uh, how is everybody doing today? How's everybody feeling? Um, Lisa, it's funny. You feel invisible. When I turned 30, my husband, my first husband, who kept telling me I was inadequate to be his permanent wife. He wasn't sure he was always going to be married to me, which it was such a blessing because I have my lifelong husband I met, and we've been together for 20 years there. But my first husband, when I went to turn 30, took me out drinking with all sorts of friends and dancing and all. I drank way too much. That's back when I drank. Drink. I might have a little glass of wine, because that helps with the pain. A little bit of wine, just. But I drank so much, and he and a girlfriend are helping me out of the bar, and I was dizzy because alcohol numbs your cerebral cortex, and you mix that with a numb cerebral cortex because of MS, makes you all the symptoms were worse. But he's helping me out, and people are looking at me, and I'm saying, I'm not drunk, I have MS. And my girlfriend looked at me and she says, "You're drunk." And that was true. That was true. But, I don't do that anymore there. And I know, Tim, we're all positive. If you were here and you're interacting, you're helping me and you're helping each other there. Um, I don't know why I'm just twitching there. So, all right. So you're positive, and I asked how you're feeling. Um, all right, Lisa. They traced back my first symptoms from MS when I was 16. I had a severe concussion. I was in a coma there when I was 13, and they said they traced back some of my symptoms after that. How old was I? I was 16 with my first symptoms. I was officially diagnosed when I was 25, uh, 3 months after I got married the first time. And that guy was married to was I think God had a sense of humor with him, because he couldn't stand sickness, and he didn't like hospitals. He didn't like anybody who was sick. So I think that was a bad situation there. So anyway, I was diagnosed at 25. I had 25, 3 months after I was married there. All right, Gina, you're grateful. Calvin, you're lonely. Don't be lonely. Don't. you know what, Calvin? If you have Facebook, get on Facebook, or better yet, go to msfrontiers.org and look at the resources we have for you. So do that. Get in these groups. There's MS Frontiers personal share, and that is basically just a wonderful venting, wonderful place to go with people who get you and understand. And I get you. Anyway, it's been an hour, and this is my commitment to you that I will be here every Tuesday and Thursday, 11 o'clock Eastern Standard Time. I'll be back in Tuesdays. What I'm trying to do is write down, I do the research and I talk about specific issues. So if you have anything you think I should target on, please type it over there. I did medications, disease modifying medications on Tuesday. So anyway, I love you all. Please subscribe to the channel there and join us in supporting each other. Again, this is more of a peer support thing, and I'm just blabbering for 1 hour so that we all can be here together. Again, God bless you. May God comfort you. May use my words somehow to give you the strength to go on. I will, Calvin. I think I know exactly what that disease is. But anyway, I love you, and be here Tuesday, and I will talk to you later. Have a wonderful weekend. And again, remember that exercise video. I think it'll really help. All right, bless you. Bye.